Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So in today's video, I'll be giving you guys a compensatory pick update for the Washington Commanders. Also be talking about a free agent in Derrick Forest, who is, some teams are interested in him. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. So I'll talk about the Derrick Forest thing in a little bit. Nothing much. When I first saw it, I was tripping a little bit. I saw the news that the Dolphins are interested in him, and I was like, oh, maybe the Commanders could get something in a trade, but I forgot he's a free agent. He's been he's been on the team for 4 years now. But yeah, like I said, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Comment down below, who is your number one free agent you would like the Commanders to get right now? For me, I would probably say Azeez Ojulari. There's some other guys available too, but that is probably the number one guy. There's some receivers too that maybe they could get, but Darius Slayton is gone. Westbrook-Akini, he's also gone for very cheap. Van Jefferson just got signed. Those are the kind of players that I think the Commanders should go after right now as a number 3 option, and we'll see what they do. But compensatory pick update, and I'm still, abroad, still traveling for a little bit, so that's why I'm recording my phone. Hopefully it looks fine and the audio is fine, and I'm looking at the right place because I know sometimes I don't. But Derrick Forest, compensatory picks. So the Commanders did not receive any compensatory picks for the 2025 NFL draft. That is not a surprise, but I did want to talk about that and talk about potentially next year. But they didn't receive any comp picks because they signed a lot of guys last year. And yes, they did lose some free agents. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know Curtis Samuel, they lost him. Probably some other guys as well that signed other contracts. But the contracts they signed last year overrided the guys that they lost, which led to no comp picks. This year, it might be a little bit different. Jeremy Chin got a little bit of a contract. I'm trying to think. Dyami Brown got a contract. It sucks because John Allen, they released him, so I don't believe that counts in the comp pick formula because that was a 3-year, $60 million deal. So that would have been a big time, potential comp pick, like either a third or a fourth, probably a third round comp pick for John Allen if his contract just ended and they got, and they lost him that way. But I believe because they released him, they will not get a comp pick for that. So that does suck. Dyami Brown and Jeremy Chin, I'm assuming it'll be like a 7th, 6th round comp pick for those guys. And this will be not this year, but the year after that. So in the 2026 draft. So that'll be figured out next offseason. I'm sure I'll make a video about that in about a year, and talk about the comp picks. And that's probably where it's at right now. Those are the guys that, they've lost. I don't think re-signing guys counts against the comp pick, I'm pretty sure. So re-signing, Ertz, Wagner, and Bates, I don't think, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't think that counts against the, comp formula. And they had the one guy they signed was Javon Kinlaw, but that's a big contract, $15 million a year. So it might override the 2 guys that they lost. I'm not sure exactly how everything works, if it's, the amount of guys you have or the amount of money exactly. But yeah, no comp picks for this year and maybe some comp picks for next year. They still have, and Cornelius Lucas, 2-year, $10 million deal. So that was another one. And maybe they'll, lose one more guy or two. There's some guys that are, Dante Fowler, I don't think he's going to be back. You probably lose him, and he probably gets a decent amount. He probably gets, he's probably looking for a 3-year deal. I don't know. He's probably going to get over 10 mil. And in that case, you'll get a good comp pick for that, like probably a 4th or 5th round comp pick. And that'll maybe override the Kinlaw deal, which will give them those other 2 comp picks. So it's a lot to talk about, or it's a lot to think about. But, and that's what Adam Peters' job is to, not only sign the right guys, but also, if he can, maximize those comp picks. So, sometimes these teams wait until the date where, after a certain date, the signings don't count against the comp pick formula. Sometimes teams wait for that to make their 2nd, 3rd wave of signings. Maybe that's something that Adam Peters is doing, and that does make sense if they, want to go that route. So, there are some guys, though, that they could still lose. Like I said, Dante Fowler, Derrick Forest, he potentially could get signed. I don't think it would be a big deal, probably similar to what Will Harris got. But again, things like that do matter because then it'll cancel out. I probably think, he'll get less than Will Harris. I'm trying to think of any other free free agents that they have. Offensive line wise, Trent Scott is a guy, but he's not going to get a ton of money. I think the Commanders should re-sign him. Running backs wise, no one. Receivers, Zacchaeus, Crowder, Noah Brown. De'Ami Brown already left, but those are the guys that are free agents. I don't think those guys are going to garner a lot of interest. Definitely not Crowder. Zacchaeus, maybe because he's a little bit younger and had some success this past year. And same thing with Noah Brown, a little bit younger. But, those are the guys on offense. I'm trying to think defensively. Any other guys? There's some edge rushers that are backups, cornerbacks, Benjamin St-Juste, Noah Igbenogany. If either of those get signed, maybe that'll affect the comp pick formula as well. I just want to get all the comp pick talk out of here, or out of the way, just so y'all know, and I don't have to talk about it again until next year, because I do get asked about it. But I believe that's it on the comp picks. In terms of Derrick Forest, Dolphins are reported to be interested in him. At first, when I saw it, I was thinking trade, but then I realized he wasn't under contract. He's a free agent. So, I like Derrick Forest. I think he's a solid player for sure. Big hitter. Seems like a good guy, but just got lost in the mix the last couple years with injuries, and then some other guys playing ahead of him like Percy Butler, Quan Martin. But I think Derrick Forest can still be a starting safety in this league, and it would be good if he gets a role with another team. The Commanders want to bring him back. That's cool too. But I think they're probably going to stick with their squad right now, which is Martin, Percy Butler, Will Harris, and Reeves is kind of their group. It's not a strong group, I don't think. So maybe they draft a guy, but that's where I'm thinking right now that group is at. The safety group, cornerback, they need a nickel. Maybe Will Harris can play that, but I think they brought him in to play safety. So I would say bring in Noah Igbenogany. Mike Hilton, I don't think he's been signed yet. He's a guy to watch out for, free agent. Played for the Steelers, maybe the Bengals too, but I know he played for the Steelers before, but I think he just played on the Bengals. He's a good veteran. He's older, but he could definitely help the Commanders win now. And you can draft a corner as a nickel. But I do like Noah Igbenogany. But you have to find replacements. This defense was not great last year, and you're either bringing back a lot of the guys or losing some of them. They haven't really added anyone to the defensive side of the ball right now, and that's something that's concerning me. Jeremy Chin, they lost him, and that's fine. If you're going to lose Jeremy Chin, though, bring in a replacement. They brought in Will Harris, so sorry about that, a little sick, but they brought in Will Harris. I'm a little bit higher on him than others, but still, I don't know how good he's going to be. You lose Dante Fowler probably, and some of the other veteran edge rushers. Who are you going to replace him with? Noah Igbenogany. It's starting to get a little bit, not late, but, they're going to have to make a move at edge rusher, especially because corner, they can find a slot guy pretty easily, I would say, like Noah Igbenogany, but you can't just run it back with the same defense and expect different results, because it's not like this is a super young defense, and you lost John Allen too. So they need to bring in some guys for sure, but I trust Adam Peters. I think he's going to do fine. But that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and comment down below who you want the Commanders to sign and your favorite signing / trade so far. Peace.